Today I have an Empties video for you, and I'm pretty sure most of you that watch my channel are familiar with these videos, know what they're about, but in case you're new or maybe aren't familiar with them, I thought I'd give you a little brief overview. Today I'm going to be talking to you about products I've completely used up, emptied, but it's really helpful to me and hopefully to you to see what I think of a product after I've gone through the entire thing. So as opposed to giving a review of something I'm just trying out or something that I've only used a few times, these products I've gone through the entire package and usually should have a pretty good idea of what I think of it. So I'm going to be letting you know about my latest products that I've emptied and my thoughts. And I have a variety of skincare, body care, cleaning, makeup, all kinds of different stuff. So let's get into it. Starting off with what's taking up a lot of room here, dish soap. I don't often have things like this to include because they take forever for me to get through, which I guess is not a bad thing because it means I'm getting my money's worth. But I don't strictly hand wash dishes. I do use the dishwasher, so therefore the liquid dish soap like this for hand washing dishes takes me quite a long time to use up. I had this one for years, if I'm remembering correctly. So it is a little bit of a bigger bottle. It is 28 fluid ounces, and it was the Dawn Botanicals Cherry Blossom scent. Marketers are good, and they get me sometimes by having pink dish soap and pretty pink labeling, and I probably bought it for that reason, and because I thought it would smell good, which it did. Because if you're gonna do dishes, it might as well smell nice at the same time. I liked this one, did the job for cleaning dishes, was pretty in pink, smelled good. I'm currently using a different one just because I had this one for so long. I wanted to change it up a little bit and try something different. But this is one that I would consider getting again, probably a while from now, because if this lasted me multiple years, it's probably going to be some time before I need to buy any more, even though I think the one I have right now is a little bit smaller, but would get it again in the future. Sticking with the soap theme, I always have some Bath & Body Works foaming hand soaps to share with you in my empties. I like them because they last a long time, they smell good, do a good job of cleaning your hands, and this was one that I used up. It's called Bronzed Sunset, which was exotic coconut, island waves, and soft musk. You know how I love my beachy coconut scents, and this one was no exception. Reminds me of a day at the beach or maybe a night out at the beach because it almost has a little bit more of a perfumey smell, but very good summer scent, one that I enjoy and would get again if they still have it. I never know when they're changing out scents or discontinuing or whatever, but it is one I liked and would get again. And if I can, I always get the foaming ones. I know they have a gel and then more like of a moisturizing one, but I really just like the foam ones. That's what I get. Oh, look, another beachy coconutty scent. This one's vanilla coconut, and they describe it as watery bamboo, juicy melon, and fresh mint leaves. Interesting. One that says vanilla coconut does not even have vanilla coconut in the fragrance sense. How does that work? I don't know. Oh yeah. This one I probably wouldn't get again. It's much more of a very fake coconut scent, very sweet. So I definitely prefer the Bronze Sunset over this one and would get this one again, but would not get this one. Any other soaps hiding in here? I don't think so. Oh, but look at that. I have a candle empty. I completely forgot about that. It's Bath & Body Works Leaves. This was their smaller one. And I had this for a number of years because it does take me time to burn through candles. But when I was using this one originally, I didn't really know. I wasn't really properly using candles the most efficient way. So that's why there's a lot of wax left in there and stuff, but it won't burn anymore. So time for it to go. I will say I don't find that the single wick from Bath & Body Works burn as nicely or evenly as the 3-wick. But sometimes you just don't want the big candle and you just want a smaller candle. One, for price reasons, but also just because it takes up less space and you get through it a bit faster. But I do like Leaves for the fall, and it is a scent of theirs that I would get again. Though lately, I'm hearing lots of not good things about Bath & Body Works candles. But that happens sometimes too with some fear-mongering, so like it did with deodorant and all that stuff. So I would have to look into it a bit more myself. I mean, I don't buy that many of them, but if they are as bad for you as people are saying, I don't know if I really want to purchase them anymore. Let me know what your favorite candles are in the comments and where you get them from, because I'm curious. This is a lotion or a body butter I used up from Tree Hut. It is the Tropic Glow Firming Whipped Shea Body Butter. And do they say what this is supposed to smell like on here? No. But to me, it just smells tropical, hence the name Tropic Glow. Another good beachy summery one. Now that I'm smelling the container, quite scented, so if you don't like a lot of scent and things, this might not be for you. I'm pretty sure this is one that if you put it on at night before bed, you're gonna smell it on yourself the next morning, or in the morning if you put it on, you're gonna smell it all day. So if you don't like that, this isn't for you. But if you like good smelling lotions that have a good lasting scent, this would be for you, but only if you like beach scents. And I do like it, like the formula, like the scent, fairly affordable, is one that I would get again in the future. But with it being January, at least when I'm recording this, you'll probably see it in February, and being cold and snowy outside, I'm not really thinking beach right now. Finished up a couple of lip smackers. I do like this formula. It's nice and moisturizing. However, I will say some of them, depending on the flavor, are different formula, but these two were good and I liked them. It was the Tiki Tangerine and Pina Colada. Liked the flavors, liked the formula. Currently using other lip balms, but I would continue to get lip smackers in the future because I do think they have pretty good moisturization for your lips. Used up one of my favorite shade products, which is the Tree Hut Moisturizing Shave Oil. This was the scent Tunisian Vanilla Bean. It lasted quite a long time. This was not my favorite scent though. I probably wouldn't get this particular scent again. I'd probably go back to one of the other scents I've used, but still my favorite shave product. And I will continue to repurchase this shave oil in other scents as long as I can find it. I'm currently using another one that I had on backup, but I'll definitely get this again. Used up a sunscreen, the Hawaiian Tropic Everyday Active SPF 50. I've talked about this before, one of my favorite sunscreens. Like the smell, like the formula. Don't have another right now, using a different one. Will continue purchasing it because I do love it. Another lip product, one that my mom had left here and hadn't used, so I ended up using it, and I did like it. I wasn't sure if I would, but I did. It's the Vaseline Lip Therapy Cocoa Butter, basically lip balm, and I, like I said, liked using it. It gave good moisturization. Well, I'm not a huge fan of tubs, at least this one was on the small side, so it was easy to transport if I wanted to take it with me, but really I mainly used it at night. It is one that I would consider getting again in the future. I used up a Bath & Body Works lotion. This is Fireside Flurries, and my mom got it for me, or gave it to me for Christmas, and I went through it pretty quickly. And the notes are toasted marshmallow, pink lavender, and cashmere woods, which apparently I like because I really liked this scent. However, it is powerful. They say 24-hour moisture. It did give good moisturization, but I would say 24-hour scent because, again, it's pretty strong. It's gonna stay on your clothes, stay on you overnight or throughout the day, so keep that in mind. If you don't want it on your clothes or sheets or just smelling like it all day, not for you. But I enjoyed it. This was an eye cream that I got from Ipsy, the Ona Brightening Eye Cream. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't spectacular in any way. It was just a good basic everyday eye cream in my opinion. So not one that I would purchase on my own. This is from Kiehl's. It's their Powerful Strength Line Reducing and Dark Circle Diminishing Vitamin Eye Serum. Truthfully, I can't even remember this product very well, which tells me it didn't do anything miraculous. And with it being Kiehl's, it's probably on the more expensive side, so not one I'm going to be purchasing on my own. I probably got it as a freebie from Sephora would be my guess. Another freebie or point perk from Sephora was the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. And I really do like this moisturizer. Of course, this is a very small sample, but I took it to Florida with me over Christmas, and it was the main moisturizer I used while I was there. It worked really well. Like I said, I really like it, but it is on the more expensive side for a full size, I believe. So probably not going to be running out to purchase it on my own, but it is a moisturizer that I do like, and I think it works well. This was the birthday reward from Sephora, and it was a Tatcha set. One of the first things I've tried from Tatcha, and it was the Dewy Skin Cream. I like the feel of the cream. It feels very nice. It is pretty strongly scented. It gave pretty good moisturization, but considering the Tatcha price tag, I won't be buying a full size for myself because while I enjoyed it, the strong scent gets to me a little bit, and I can get more affordable facial moisturizers that I like just as well that are not as expensive as this. The final item for skincare is a retinol that I used from SkinMedica. This was a retinol that was recommended to me by a dermatologist a number of years ago, but since I don't use it every day and it is an expensive product, I tried to make it last as long as possible, and it did last a long time. I did repurchase it, but I repurchased the next intensity level. So this was 0.25, I ordered 0.5, so instead of quarter it's like half. I'm hoping I did that correctly, but the other one was more expensive, so let's hope it's stronger. But I don't know if I use it often enough to see significant results. I don't know if it's doing anything as far as like a miracle retinol, but I figure it's not hurting, so hopefully it can help. The only time I don't love to use it is, for instance, right now, the past week or so, my skin on my face has been very dry to the point of sometimes peeling and just looking awful. So during those times, I won't use it because retinol can tend to make your face dry and flake even more, so I don't want to aggravate it. So I don't use it during that time, but otherwise I use it probably a few times a week, and I do like it, as I said, because I bought the same thing, only the next percentage up. It is quite expensive. I get it on Amazon, but this is 1 fluid ounce, and because I use it sparingly and not every day, it little does go a long way, and it does last me quite a long time. So now some makeup items I used up, the first being the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel. I'm currently using the NYX one, but I'm almost done with that one as well. So we'll have to see what I end up getting the next time around, if I go with the NYX again or the e.l.f. The e.l.f. isn't quite as intense, but yeah, I don't know. I like them both, but I would have to, I don't know what I'm gonna get next, and I probably should try a side-by-side comparison at some point to see which one I really do like better, or if I like one better. So maybe I'll do that at some point. I used up my Shiseido Concealer. I do like this concealer. I would get it again. The issue I have for some reason, and maybe it's just skin changing throughout the seasons, possibly with age, but a lot of the concealers I've tried, let's say over the past year, I initially love, and then over time, I feel like I don't love them as much, or they don't work as well. And I don't know if that's because they just, over time, aren't working as well because I'm getting toward the bottom of the package, or, like I said, skin shade. There could be so many factors, but that's a little tough because I find one I like, and then the longer I'm using it, then I'm like, well, I don't know if I actually like this as much as I thought. So it makes it challenging, but that's why I'll just keep on trying new concealers. They're always coming out with them all the time, and I'm always trying to find one to do even better than the previous one, but not saying I don't like this, I did, but it is a little bit more on the expensive side. I'm currently using a different one, but it is one that I would use again because I did like it enough to use it again. I used up 2 mascaras. One of my favorite all-time mascaras, the Rare Beauty mascara. I get it in the sample size. I've talked about it in a number of videos before. It still remains a favorite, and I will continue to purchase it going forward. The next one is the Milani Highly Rated Mascara, and I messed up with this one. As I talked about in, I think, the vlog where I initially tried it. I did end up continuing to use it until it was no longer good, but I wanted to get the anti-gravity mascara. That's the one that everybody talks about, and I accidentally got the highly rated, which is not the same thing, and from what I could tell is not as good. So I used this one up, but I won't be getting it again. I did just get the anti-gravity one finally, and I'm using it for the first time today. So we'll see how I end up liking that one. I used up a powder. Partly, I mean, powders take a long time to use up for me, but partly this one went a little bit faster because toward the end it started breaking and crumbling. So I tried to use those last little bits while I could, but some of them would just fall out, and I wasn't going to use it after it fell out of the package because it'd be in the sink or the floor or whatever. But it's the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I do prefer pressed powders over loose powders. I did really like this one. It works well, although I won't say it keeps you matte all day. I'm currently using another one, and I do think you can find more affordable ones that will do just as good a job as this one. So while I like it, I think I'll be going for more affordable ones from now on. 2 perfume samples. So a couple years ago, I got a perfume sampler as a gift of the different replica fragrances because I like a lot of them, but they're so expensive I cannot buy the full sizes, so I thought it was a good way to have them but also figure out which ones I like. So this is Springtime in the Park and Flower Market. I will try to put the notes on the screen because I don't know them off the top of my head, so I will look them up for you and try to find them for you. They are both floral scents, as the names would suggest, Springtime in the Park and Flower Market. And I feel like I liked one better than the other, but let's see if I can remember. I think it might have been Flower Market that I liked a little bit better than Springtime in the Park, but I liked wearing both of them. They weren't favorites enough for me to want to buy the full size, but I enjoyed using them while I had them. That's it. Those are all the empties I have from the last 3 or 4 months, I would guess, because when I was getting ready to do this, I did go back and look and see that my last empties was posted 3 months ago at least. Might be 4 by the time this posts, but that means that I have had these products, some of them for a number of months. So those are all my recent empties. I hope you enjoyed watching and hearing about them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really does help me out, and I would love it if you would leave me a comment and let me know your thoughts on the video. That feedback is always so helpful for me and definitely helps more people to learn about and see my video. And of course, if you would like to and haven't, I always would appreciate it if you subscribe so that we can be friends and continue to hang out here on YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!